Hello everybody, I'm out with Miss Scout. Such a beautiful day to be working on the walk. We are working on her e-collar heel. This is actually my first time working with her on her walk. Josh has done all the work prior, and if you'll notice, the leash is on, of course, for safety, but it's just dragging. E-collar heel is all about not restraining. So we are never going to pick up the leash and drag her or pull her back. It's all on the e-collar. Now, if you live in a suburban area or walking her through the city, of course you can pick up your leash, but it should always be loose, never tense. Your e-collar is your main tool. So if you look down and her head is not in that perfect heel position, which is to the left and slightly behind, you use your collar. I like to do tone if they're lagging behind, right? So I can tap it right there and it moves her back up to my leg. Tone if they're lagging to the left, and stim, which is your black S button, if they're going too far forward. So she's holding herself accountable to stay in heel, which is usually what happens after a couple of heel sessions with Josh. And she's doing great. This is pretty much perfect. So as long as she's in that perfect heel position, she knows the collar is not going to turn on. And that is the important part. Does the dog understand what turns the collar off and on? She knows that to stay here, she's doing a good girl. Good job. If I stop, she should stop. Oh, you're too good. Stay. Now we can also practice our stay commands. That's what I love about the walk. You can practice so much in just a couple minutes. And it's basically the entire program. You've got practicing movement, which is recall and heel. And you can also practice stationary commands like sit and down. Let's try a down at a distance and see what she does. Down. Down. Oh, good girl. We'll work on that. That's the first time I think she's been asked to down outside at a distance, but it was the perfect example to show you how we use our e-collar for accountability. So obviously it's a known command. She's done it a million times for us inside and in the car and in the crate and on place. So I gave her the command. She's probably a little distracted. Also, it's a new person. Josh has been giving her all the commands up until now. So I have to now earn respect from her, and she has to say, okay, Julie's going to hold me accountable as well as Josh. And this is something that her owners will actually have to go through as well. But it makes it easy because we have the e-collar. So I give her the command. She looks at me. She's like, oh, maybe if I ignore, maybe if I pretend I don't hear, she'll give up, right? So then I come in with my accountability button, a mild 20. Okay, and then she feels that and says, okay, fine, I'll lay down. All right, so that's exactly how our system works. She has a chance to listen. She has about a second or two, and then I'll come in with a mild number. Good girl. Let's try a recall. Recall is getting them from point A to point B, where you are, off leash, outside, with the tone. So I'm going to say C-O-M-E. I'm going to tap the tone, and then I'm going to give her a lot of praise. Come. Good girl. There she is. Bam, right to me. That position is so perfect. Notice she comes and stays. I don't want her coming and then leaving again. I definitely don't want her coming and jumping on me. Oh, you good girl. And I don't want her bolting past me. She comes and stays, and she waits for the next instruction. Okay, where I could either put her into a stay, I could start the walk again, or I could even release her. This is really practical. Like, let's say you're hiking. Your dog's out ahead, you see some people with a dog coming towards you, so it gives you an opportunity to recall your dog, put them in a stay, let the people pass, and then go ahead and release her. I'm going to show you how we get her into a heel. So you can start by having her in a stay. You're going to tap the tone and say heel, heel. Tap the tone a couple times and start walking. Never wait for your dog, they're waiting for you. And bam, she goes right into that perfect heel position. Just for fun. Good girl. I really want to see if I can get that down at a distance without having to click the collar. There's a car coming. Let's see where it's going. Okay, it's turning. Good girl. Scout. Down. No click on the collar. Good. I'm going to make sure I praise that one. So she's realizing, okay, I have to listen to Julie too. And she knows if she lays down, when I give her the verbal, she avoids this altogether and she gets praise, right? Does that make sense? That's our entire program. Okay, Scout, break. Good girl. All right, so now she is on free time, right? So she can do what she pleases within reason. It doesn't mean she can start barking. It doesn't mean she can start running away. It doesn't mean she can start eating something. We want her to stay close in general. And then I'm gonna try to get an opportunity here to show you the tone only recall. Break, come on honey. She wants to go in the car. You see that? She stopped when she got to the car doors. But this is a really good example of what break time looks like. We don't have her in heel. We don't have her in any kind of a command, but she's still with us. Come on, honey. These are all informals. She's doing perfect. All right, let's try to do a recall here. Good girl. That was tone only, right to a stay. Beautiful job. Good job. She's passing all my tests. Break. Good girl. Okay, and we've just approached the threshold, and so I'm going to show you now how we enforce the automatic waiting at thresholds. We can give her a basic stay, right? Once I open the door, let's see if I can do this with one hand. If she tries to bolt through the door, you would say NO, click the collar, and then recall her back. Because we've been doing this so much every single day, and it's now default that she just waits, which is so great. She should offer this to you at home. She might try to make a mistake or two, but after 1 or 2 mistakes, she'll start offering it as a default. All right, and then she'll wait for release. Break. Good girl.